Thank you, Madam Minister of State. Dear Ministers, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear colleagues, good morning. As it was mentioned before me this morning, the year of 2024 is the 35th anniversary of the adoption of the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child, as well as the 100th anniversary of the Geneva Declaration. Indeed, two important documents in the journey of the Declaration of the Children's Rights. The UNCRC is considered as the catalogue of children's rights. And even though the source of children's rights is not the CRC, but their human dignity, or as I personally believe, their creation in the image of God, it did something very important besides declaring children's rights. It declared a change of perspective of how we approach childhood and the rights of children. That is what we like to call at the association the glasses of children's rights. It is a perspective where the value of childhood and the rights of children are determined from the perspective of children and not from the point of view of adults' needs. Children's rights is something that can be gained through education, which is interdisciplinary and provides child and family-centered attitude. This is the element that Professor Szilágyi has covered in his speech. I am in the grateful position to bring the other equally important element of these classes, which is listening to children and strengthening their participation. From the very first Children's Rights Days, we considered it as a priority to catch, to bring in, and to amplify the voices of children, and to engage not only our brains, but also our hearts, and let these voices alter our perspectives. So in 2022, with the launch of Children's Rights Days, we launched an exhibition which contained contributions of children in a form of drawings and writings. Each year, the theme of the exhibition is adjusted to the topic of the conference. The aim of our methodology in approaching children to participate in the exhibition is to make their participation as genuine as possible. We work with tasks elaborated by psychologists for different age groups of children. The tasks are explained by teachers who have daily contact with these children and to whom we are very grateful that they also play the role of mediator, listener, and healer when these heavy topics appear on the plate of children. First year, the topic of the CRD was a general overview of children's rights in different spheres of life, and so the exhibition covered a general overview on what children think about children's rights. On the second day, we talked about the rights of children on the periphery, and so the exhibition targeted this heavy topic, resulting in emotionally touching, eye-opening reflections of children on how they see vulnerability of these groups of children. You may visit the selection of both of these exhibitions in the aula in front of the conference hall. This year, the spotlight is on mental health of children. Thus, the title of the exhibition is Resiliency: What helps you feel better when you are overwhelmed? Similarly to previous years, we had different tasks for different age groups. You're welcome to read these tasks when visiting the exhibition. We asked for drawings and writings to reflect on ways that help children to survive when dark clouds are coming. As to the writings, we asked them to be written in 100 words. This way we also reflected 100 years of children's rights. When selecting the drawings and writings, we draw many conclusions in ourselves. One of the main conclusions echoes on the conclusion of previous years, that it was, it is, and it will be so worth asking for their perspective. They have clear vision, and their mostly black and white thinking is a tool in itself to help in overwhelming situations. But what it is also very clear from their work and from the feedback of adults supporting them, that they need us to stand by them, to realize when they are overwhelmed, and not only listen, but also to hear and take the responsibility of being an adult and deciding in their best interest. Apart from the exhibition, each year child participation is realized by a child adult or youth adult roundtable. This year, the children, youth participants of the roundtable are delegated from Slovakia, and we are very honored to have your voices with us. We also organized a charity for a benefit of a Slovak non-governmental organization, Usmer Akadár, which is an organization for children home and families in crisis. We will transfer the presents gathered and prepared by you participants and by our colleagues, and they can transfer it to the families in need. We intend to make it a CRD tradition to help there where it can be really felt. I would like to finish with the poem of Esther Pálfi, a girl from 9th grade who participated and sent a written contribution that touched the heart of everyone being involved in the preparation phase. But before mediating the voice of Esther, let my last words be the words of gratitude for more than 500 children who contributed this year, and to the more than 1,000 children who contributed in the previous 3 years altogether to participate in the exhibition. I would like to thank the schools, teachers, psychologists being involved, and also to my colleagues working on the field who organized the workflow and helped the realization of the exhibition. I encourage you to take the time and visit the exhibition so the very important scientific discussion conducted on the rights of children does not lose its real aim, and we can all go home with clearer glasses of children's rights. And now, let Esther speak. Imagination shields. Dark clouds gathered above you. Imagination locks you in a shell, protecting you. The lonely one muses silently in a cozy corner. Through a closed eyelid, the world opens and widens. It does not tremble. It keeps imagining. A veil falls above, and just like a shield, it protects and keeps all the noise outside. And if it does not help after all, it shouts and screeches until it lets it all out, or it holds back until it can to avoid a stain of judgment, because whoever doesn't control oneself will have others' words cutting through. Thank you very much for your kind attention.